Today, we are testing the myth that a small FRC team can't have significant impact.
Specifically, this myth states that a small team will not have enough mass to break down barriers to have an impact. So let's do a pretest. This wrecking ball represents a small robotics team, and this is a wall of barriers to success, lack of sponsorship, mentorship, etc. Let's see what happens.
No impact.
Margaret Mead, the famous anthropologist, stated, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." This suggests that we should test things further.
We hypothesize that there are ways a small team can have more impact than expected based on their size.
Our test team is MakeShift Robotics, FRC Team 4039 from Hamilton, Ontario. This small team is from St. Mary Catholic Secondary School, which has declining enrollment.
MakeShift's name promotes the team's philosophy of doing the best they can with the resources they have and trying to grow those resources.
Making the shift also relates to shifting the perception of science and technology. This is the basis for our Rainbow Transformation branding. It is also an innovative way we communicate the impact of FIRST.
Alright, we have a MakeShift team member here with us to prove our findings.
From observing this team, we hypothesize that a small team can maximize impact by fostering people, passion, progress, and partnerships.
One way to increase the team's mass is through outreach activities.
But one disadvantage for small teams is not having enough resources to do impactful outreach. It's the mission of FIRST to inspire young people to be science and technology leaders. In order for a small team to do this, they need to be innovative.
During the pandemic, we adapted to continue outreach within the restrictions. One example is sidewalk science. Children show up at the park and see a theme and display with some chalk. The children write down their questions and magically a few days later answers appear. It was so inspiring, we continue this initiative today.
MakeShift developed Instants of Inspiration. This initiative allows the team to have maximal impact requiring very little planning. The team targets a community event and the robot appears, delighting unsuspecting crowds awaiting Santa or a movie. The experience sticks with them and they're left with a feeling of excitement and a way to find out more.
This year, MakeShift went to the first Ontario Centre before the Cirque du Soleil show with their CanBot. They crushed cans and gave out STEAM-related presents to children, educating them about FIRST and the environment.
Setting an environmental goal for ourselves, we learned that last year, approximately 36 billion aluminum cans were landfilled. Aluminum can be recycled using less than 5% of the energy used to create the original product. Recycling one aluminum beverage can save enough energy to run a 60-watt incandescent light bulb for 3 hours or a computer for 20 hours.
MakeShift collaborated with the world's largest aluminum can supplier, Novelis, to create Crush, their can crushing, recycling, promoting robot. Crush met their environmental goal and is an engaging outreach robot.
Developing the skills of team members adds to the team's impact.
FLL teams are where early interest in STEAM can be fostered, so we host practice tournaments and qualifiers. We know that mentoring FLL teams can bring us future team members, so normally we mentor 1 or 2 teams, but this year we doubled our efforts and directly mentored 5 FLL teams.
4039 also has a long history of assisting and mentoring FRC teams as well.
Our off-season event, the STEMLY Cup, allows us a unique opportunity to provide a full competition experience to pre-rookie teams. Pre-rookie teams are actively sought out who have never competed before to participate in STEMLY. Being pre-rookies, sometimes all the hard work is difficult unless you know just how much fun is waiting for you. Competing for free, using our robot, and learning from our students, they're excited to tackle build season. It also develops a strong relationship with the team so that they feel comfortable asking for help during build season and beyond.
Last year, MakeShift mentored FRC Team 9098 through weekly meetings. This year, they mentored 9621 at STEMLY, guided them through preseason and invited them to their kickoff event.
Harnessing the team's enthusiasm pushes forward impact exponentially.
Ultimately, making the shift impacts team members as well. They learn new skills and lead team projects that align with their interests.
One team member had interest in improving accessibility for those who are neurodivergent. This is the term used to describe people whose brains work differently, meaning they have different strengths and challenges.
MakeShift is the first Canadian team to partner with the neurodivergent of FIRST. NDOF represents neurodivergent individuals promoting education and their acceptance in the FIRST community. We educated all teams at STEMLY about the association.
While FIRST Canada provides quiet rooms at events for people who can get overstimulated, MakeShift is working to make them more effective by creating a mobile quiet room that offers ear protection, soothing lighting, and activities.
Making the shift also means being inclusive and bringing robotics to underrepresented populations.
Internationally, in 2019, we mentored a FIRST Global Challenge rookie team in Lesotho, Africa through their innovation project to enhance ventilators in their small country.
Having heard about their support for Team Lesotho, a school in Uganda contacted MakeShift to compete at the 2023 STEMLY Cup. MakeShift wrote letters of invitation to the embassy to support their visa application and developed a mentorship plan with them for this year. They hope to welcome them at the next STEMLY Cup.
Women remain underrepresented in STEM fields. We created Girls Are Brilliant and published brief videos about 78 female role models working in STEM fields. We also help mentor and coordinate teams at the STEMathon since it started 5 years ago.
MakeShift collaborated with the Ron Joyce Children's Treatment Center to bring robotics to children with different abilities. So far, the team has delivered 3 6-week programs, inspiring Ron Joyce to start their own FLL team, who actually competed at MakeShift's qualifier in 2023.
MakeShift uses its strength in creating partnerships to add to their impact, one of which is the school board.
As the first FRC team in our school board, we passionately advocated for FIRST. This advocacy convinced our school board to commit to funding any FIRST team, resulting in significant growth in Hamilton.
The board heard the team's advocacy for a shared practice field. The Hamilton Shared Practice Field, hosted in a retired school, provides board teams with a build space and regulation field. It's an essential resource for Ontario teams to test their programming and builds.
That reminds me of another strong relationship they have, the relationship with FIRST Canada.
As soon as it was announced, MakeShift recognized the potential of having the FRC Provincial Championship in their hometown of Hamilton. In 2023, they arranged to bus elementary school students to the event.
We provided 417 visiting students with a VIP tour of the pits. We also tied the robots to the curriculum so that the students could relate what they saw with what they were learning in class, using a fun bingo card scavenger hunt.
FIRST Canada is partnering with them to continue this initiative again this year, encouraging other teams and school boards to take advantage of this idea.
Their mass has increased, having reached over 120,000 people in the last year. Over their history, MakeShift has actually impacted over 10 million people.
Wow, let's try our experiment again.
This myth is busted.
A small team can change the school. St. Mary's students benefit from the option to complete a specials high skills major with a robotics co-op because of MakeShift.
Our small team can change our community. Our off-season event, the Stemley Cup, convinced McMaster to host the first official FRC district event in our area and sponsor scholarships of up to $90,000.
A small team can change the world. MakeShift brought FIRST to Mexico and the Dominican Republic.
This small team.
This role model team.
This team called MakeShift.